Welcome to the NASCAR talk. I'm Nino, the greatest, the undisputed, the champ. You already know what's up, y'all. I got my dog Matt on the podcast tonight. Another
What's up,
Larson
everybody?
fan, so I'm not alone.
Yeah, another great race, huh?
Yes, sir.
Dominant,
But
dominantly.
people who don't like Kyle Larson be like, but the race was boring. I'm like, yeah, you guys don't like domination. It's not my fault.
Yeah, exactly. 2020 was a down year, but then Hendrick took a chance. Hendrick took a chance,
Yep,
and look what happened. Nobody gets second chances anymore, but he did. So, hey,
exactly.
it's a win-win for us.
Exactly. Take it. I'll take it any day. But yeah, no, we have some stuff to talk about. First, we're gonna get to the knit and grits as far as what happened on the cup side. Obviously, Kyle Larson won. The domination show continues. This bit, but it's funny part, right? The last two races he won was a short track and he won a road course. I mean, he's one of the most versatile drivers in the grid. And it's the second driver that's versatile is his own teammate, William Byron, too. So, you know,
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Because also I would say Chase Elliott's having a better year in oh the new next gen car per
yeah.
se. He's doing a lot better, but Alex Bowman, out of all people for Hendrick right now, tearing it up in the
Yep.
playoffs, tearing it up.
Unfortunately, he got the roll to there's a two robo school drop this weekend, but we'll get to the first part. We're gonna talk about it right now. Alex Bowman got screwed. I feel like not because of NASCAR. I know NASCAR try to find anything, but I feel like Hendrick's like, you know what, bro? We started this rumor behind the scenes that we're gonna get rid of you. That's how I feel, and I've been saying this since the playoffs started. When that whole rumor flied that he was gonna be replaced. And then this is the nail in the coffin. Because if they want to, they would have appealed. That's
Oh
how
yeah,
like
I think there's more setting up because they said what it was a 17 or pound like
mm-hmm,
difference after post race inspection. I really think if you looked at the round of eight who was going to be in there, there was only one Ford, which was going to be Ryan Blaney.
mm-hmm,
That was it. The
exactly.
rest were either Chevys or Toyotas. So I have a feeling that Penske might have said something
Of
like,
course.
"Hey, I hate to be not controversial, but conspiratorial here, but conspiracy might say that maybe somebody said something and NASCAR's like, no, we're not gonna let you
Mm-hmm,
appeal this whatsoever because we want another Ford in there.
mm-hmm.
Ford's another strong make, and Chevy has been dominant for how many years in NASCAR?
Yep, exactly. So like, I mean, they need drama. That's how I've been. They're trying to find every single week to find something in drama. I'm like, bro, if you want to do drama, why not just say just wrestle at this rate? Because you're in the wrong line of business.
Yeah, yeah, that
But
was that
that's
that that was crazy.
That's the France family for you, bro. That's the France family, bro. Honestly, but the funny part is my four final picks are still in the next round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even get into the picks or anything like that. I didn't really say anything because
Mm,
I'll go ahead and say it now. Nobody knows my final four, but I'm going to say Byron.
of
I'm going to
course.
say Kyle Larson, of course. I'm going to put the odd man out of Ryan Blaney. I see those three coming back,
Damn.
and I do not see Christopher Bell making it this year.
What?
I think I see Hamlin. Hamlin had a horrible round of 16 and he rebounded in the round at the end of the round and at the beginning and end of round what is it? Round of 12, sorry. Um
I mean, he only got the points in the round of 12 because everybody wrecked.
yes. I mean, pure luck, don't get me wrong, but I grew up a Denny Hamlin fan and I would just like to see that, but I have a feeling this is not going to be
Oh
Hamlin's year.
no.
He's never going to win a championship in my opinion. But I think this year he's going to put his name out there. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Just because he's going to throw a statement. He has this issue going on with NASCAR, Michael Jordan, and his own team that don't have
Yep.
charters for next
Yep.
year for crying out loud. I think he's going to do this to prove a point.
Of
I think
course.
he's got a lot on the line.
I don't have him as my final four actually. I have Larson, I have Byron, I have Blaney, and I have Bell, the lone wolf, Toyota man.
Literally the same as last year.
Yeah, literally the same final four. Like my second bracket was taking out Blaney and putting Reddick. So I had no Hamlin in any shape and form. But I think it could be. I think Bell takes Homestead or Vegas. Same thing with Larson, one or the other.
Oh yeah, I see Larson probably tearing it up at Homestead this year,
Can't
especially
wait,
Las Vegas
bro.
maybe.
I can't wait to go. Like I can't wait.
You get to oh yeah, you get to go because you're like what 10 minutes from the track.
Literally 10 minutes away, bro.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I another one downside I was actually I love Larson to death. He's my favorite driver. My
Mhm.
second driver is Austin Cindric. And
I like Cindric. Yes,
I
I can see it.
he's been coming out more in this next gen car. I think he's at more of an advantage than a lot of these guys
Hmm.
because he came into one car, which is the next gen car.
Yep,
He only had to learn on this one car. Everybody else had to transition from the old car to the new car. So I think he will be a threat in the next couple of years, in my opinion.
and you
I
know
was
who's
just,
another threat too? Another Ford driver that no one's talking about because Todd Gilliland.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Was he?
Todd,
Did you see that? I think it's Zane Smith actually is driving the 38 for Front Furniture Row next year.
I haven't heard that. No, I heard that supposedly he was linked to go back, but it's done. That's done.
I'm pretty positive I saw something this morning on it. I'm pretty sure
I have to
Bob
go look
Hawker's
at
posted.
that.
Yeah, I don't want to be giving you wrong
Yeah,
information,
I
but
know,
I
and
remember seeing it. I was like, what?
I mean,
But
I'm
it
not
makes sense.
surprised. I'm not surprised. Like
That's
I'm not
insane.
surprised. And then people are saying that he burned bridges. He didn't burn bridges with them. They just didn't have another cup seat for him. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. We have so much
Hmm.
talent coming up through the trucks, through the Xfinity series. There's not enough seats. I like what Michael Jordan's doing. I love what Michael Jordan's doing. Get rid of the charter systems.
Yep.
If you can have 50 guys come to the track and only 43 of the cars make it in, I
Bro,
would
I
love to
miss
see
them.
that.
That's what I liked about the old school way, the old school days, because I used to miss seeing 43 cars in the grid. Like literally, like 43 cars in the grid. Like
It
and you don't make it, go home. You're done. Like it's you don't have speed. Oh well.
Yeah, and I think it would also make a lot of drama as well because think about these guys, these young guys that are hungry. You know,
Hmm.
like when my what was his name? Michael Waltrip, when he
Yep.
started his race team, what I think that year they only made it into the race like what was it, 100 times?
Yeah, it was
I
that
think with
one
their
year of
three
Toyota,
cars.
their first year with Toyota. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they were doing horrible. I think
Hmm.
No, it was David Rudiman. David Rudiman in
David
the double
Ruderman.
zero.
Yep, I
He
remember that,
was the
bro.
best one.
Bro, he made it work. He made it work, bro.
He did make it work. He did make it work. I and it
You know what
sucks.
the crazy part about it? That's why I don't like the old playoff system because there's two races that he won and he didn't get in.
Oh yeah.
That's why I like the when you get in. It creates more drama. It creates more story. Yeah, I get it, but the little guy has a chance. But I get it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at a point, but then you got it creates drama that NASCAR wants, but the NASCAR's got to be like, okay, that's too much drama. Like Austin Dillon at Richmond, just drilling Joey Logano for the win.
Hey man, it happened to the both. The funny part is it happened to both of them, but they're known for doing that. So that's why, like, the fact that it happened not to Joey Logano and to Denningham, like, I'm like, you just got your karma, literally right there.
Yeah. I mean, and coming back to that, circling back to that point with the Alex Bowman situation, Joey Logano is now in. Joey Logano is statistically better in the even years. This year is a
Yep.
2024 even year. I don't see Logano going. I don't see him going all the way. I really don't.
I think unfortunately he might be that wild card spot that gets in. Unfortunately, like I
I
was already ready to say all four Hendrick drivers are actually gonna make the final four. Like
that
I was ready to say that.
I at that point yesterday, I kind of was thinking about it. Like towards the end of the race, I'm like, all four of the Hendrick drivers are there. Um,
They're good in
this is
Vegas. They're good in Homestead. They're good in Martinsville.
yeah.
Literally.
And then all you have to do is like literally is get Elliott to win one, get Bowman to win one, and
Yep.
then between Larson and Byron, one of them's going to have to point in. But
Hmm.
Those two are currently actually, I believe, leading, correct?
Yep.
They are leading the standings. So it statistically could have worked, but at the end of the day, I also believe that the
That
curbing.
season that season will be ready for Justin Haley in 2026.
Oh yeah,
That's what.
it's just keeping it warm. Keep it
Yep.
warm, Alex.
And the thing is, like, that's what people don't get. Like, I mean, the funny part is, like, yeah, he may not have shown because obviously he's been in the Cup Series for a while, but Justin Haley might be better than Bowman. He might be better than Bowman once he get on the actual big cup, big boy seat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Corey LaJoy. I'm sorry we're circling back on old topics, but Corey LaJoy, I liked Corey LaJoy. Nobody really gave him too much of a chance. Hendrick gave him that chance when what was it? Chase Elliott got suspended after he wrecked
Mm-hmm.
Denny Hamlin at Charlotte. That race, statistically, all Hendrick cars at Gateway were horrible that
Yep.
day. They were all horrible. Yes,
Yep.
he was still the worst one. He was still the worst one, but I hope he turns Rick Ware Racing around. I mean, look what Justin Haley did at the beginning of the season for Rick
Mm-hmm.
Ware Racing.
Bro,
I,
At Daytona, I thought he was gonna win.
oh yeah, Daytona.
Like, I was ready to. I was telling you guys. I was telling everybody. I am prepared to go to Daytona to see an upset, and I knew it was gonna be an upset, but I did not
Oh,
expect Harrison Burton to win. Now, like, I did not expect that. Like, that came out of nowhere.
oh yeah, and Harrison Burton sucks. He's not going to have a cup ride next year, but that comes back to there's not enough rides,
Yep.
none whatsoever. But Harrison Burton has been excellent at these super speedways, but I think nowadays we can't talk about super speedway racing. It's always going to be a wild card. It's always going to be a wild card.
Yep.
It's going to always have the nostalgia of old school NASCAR plate super speedway racing, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to expect the unexpected going to those
Yep.
racetracks. You literally have to. We had the biggest wreck, 28 cars involved.
And the funny part is, if I would have told you that Rick, that would have been. I know he's won there before, but if I would have told you that Sunday Ricky Stenhouse was gonna win, you're gonna be. They'd be like, "Are you good, bro?" Like,
Oh,
like
I that's insane. Did you see the guy that won all that money off of it was like he bet $5 and won $7,000 on the
yeah,
highest
that's
finishing.
bread. Yeah, that's bread.
That's insane, man.
Harrison Burn was plus 10,000 going into Daytona, and I should just, I was gonna do it. I was this close to doing it because they were gonna give me like a free bet if it didn't hit for college football because Hard Rock was doing something with Daytona. I should have just done it, but whatever. It is what it
Hey, you'd have been a millionaire right now, buddy.
is.
But and all aside, we'll go back to Daytona. Like Lee Diffie. Am I pronouncing his first name right? Lee Diffie, I
Yeah, you're
believe.
saying it right. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I knew he did NASCAR. I wasn't watching around the time he was doing some
Nah, I stopped
races.
watching during that time. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had amazing calls every week. And
Mm-hmm.
there's 4 races to go. So he's been doing it for at least 6, 7 races now.
Yep.
I think he's doing a great job. Right now, my opinion, get Letard out of there.
I
Letard,
was
I
telling
think
exactly.
he's
Yeah,
he's the weak link now. But I don't know who to replace Letard with. I really
yeah.
don't.
That's another thing too. Yeah, we gonna replace the tart with. Yeah,
Darrell Waltrip.
probably, but I don't think he'll jump to the NBC side now.
Oh no, hell no.
But before that, like, I watched him in IndyCar because I started watching a little bit of IndyCar this year, and I'm like, oh, this guy's really good. Like, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then when I heard he was coming to NASCAR, I was started scouting him more. I'm like, oh, we just hit the jackpot with this guy.
Oh,
Like,
oh yeah. It's great because I used to just watch IndyCar, not really get into it as much, and
mhm.
he's been the voice of IndyCar for how
Yep,
many decades now?
yep.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy to me.
We're just evolving, bro. Around the world, we're just evolving. Like, bro, I met people from the UK at Daytona, and I met a family from Argentina. I was like, what? Like, I was surprised when they told me that. I was like, wow.
When I was down in Daytona for the 500 this past year, there was a whole group. I walked in, I think I told you guys the story, but I'll tell it again. I walked into a Starbucks and Ross Chastain is sitting right behind me getting his coffee. My wife turns to me and says, I think Ross Chastain's behind us. And I was like, I don't I don't think that's Ross. I turned around again. Oh, that's Ross Chastain. But it's the Sunday before the race. Let him get his coffee. Let him do his thing. I ain't bugging him for pictures or anything like that. Turns out they call the race. I'm like, damn, should have got a picture.
Wow, that sucks.
It,
At the Chevy meet and greets. They're all bro. He was the one. Him and Corey LaJoy were the only two drivers that literally stood there for like literally 20, 30 minutes after they stopped talking.
it
Willie B too, because it was Friday. Like I
oh
was
yeah.
telling people, they had this all messed up. If they could have put in like Kyle Larson on Friday, you would have not had all these people coming in on Saturday. Obviously, because everybody gonna come on Saturday because it's the Saturday race.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't have enough time, and then Larson was the last one, so he had to go because he had to get ready.
No, yeah. Definitely.
I was
But like
disappointed, but I really there's nothing you can do. Like it's Kyle Larson. At the end of the day, I would love to take a picture with him, but
I mean, you just got to get to a dirt track, man. I swear,
yeah,
when I met Larson at that dirt track, I felt so uncomfortable because here I am wearing my NASCAR gear to a dirt race, have no clue who's racing in this race. And I walk through the pits because you're allowed to walk through the pits. He's just
hmm
standing there right next to his car. And they said after the race, they'll actually do autographs and stuff like that. And I felt so bad because here I am, I'm cold now, and I'm went out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get me a hoodie. So I got a Brad Sweet, his brother-in-law's hoodie. And I was
yeah.
wearing that, standing there like, and I'm like, hey, can you sign my bootleg Larson hat I got off Amazon for like $5? But it's just it's crazy seeing the racing world the way it's evolving and actually coming together. Even
hmm
dirt, junior and Harvick's late model series is coming together. I mean, everything is. There was a like I was saying in Daytona, there was a group of I think they were Europeans, and they were literally over here for every United States race of the year.
That's
That's what they were doing
crazy.
for their retirement. I'm like,
hmm
that is cool. And they had no clue what NASCAR was. They knew what it was, but they wanted to come experience it for the whole year. I'm
hmm
like, that's insane. That is
You gotta you
insane.
gotta love families, bro. Like I love talking to people I don't even know, like just casually, and it's
Yeah.
they're cool. They're really cool. Like at the end of the day.
And next year, it's going to be sad because every year I go to Michigan, I got my Canadian friends, and we
Oh.
always meet under the ew.
Oh, I said,
Well,
not ill. I
oh,
love
I thought you were saying
Canadians.
ew, like
I said,
wow.
oh, Canadians.
Those, oh yeah, they're funny. They don't do the A at the end, and I always joke with them like, "Hey, my Canadian friends, hey!" And they're like, "Oh, they're just giving me the big old middle finger."
The
But
big old, it's not a stereotype.
every single year, it doesn't cease to amaze with the Michigan race being rain delayed. We're always under the bleachers, so we always
Yeah.
conversate. They might be all the way at the top, and I'm all the way at the bottom. But we see each other every single year, and next year is going to be the first year I won't see them because they're going to Charlotte for the 600. They're going to be
Oh,
there the
I'll be
whole
there.
week.
I'll be there.
I'm trying to, but next year,
Let
my
let
wife,
us know because I'll be there for sure.
oh, yeah, I definitely will. I want to go to the 600, but I want to go to Nashville with my wife. She wants to go back to see
Mhm.
Nashville again. And I want to do Michigan. And all three of those races are week after week
Now,
because of
so
that new
I
schedule.
have a crazy part about that. I'm doing 3 Saturday night races, like back
Three.
to back to back, because I don't
Oh,
work on the weekends. So I'm taking advantage of not working on the weekends.
oh
Fly
yeah.
out, flying out to Richmond on that Friday, and then leave Sunday. And then Saturday is Daytona. I can just drive. And
Yeah.
then the Darling it's not Saturday, that's Darlington. Darlington's on Sunday, but still it's I don't work Labor Day. So
Yeah.
I'm just taking
Yeah.
advantage of it.
It sounds great. I wish I could get out there and do that. I want to go to Iowa. After
Yeah,
this
that
year's
sounds really
Iowa
good.
race. Oh yeah.
And the way that repaved the track too, they made it seem like it was really good with the repave.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought it turned out a lot better than I thought it
hmm
would. But I want to go do some more Xfinity racing because I haven't had a chance to even watch Xfinity racing till this weekend since it moved to the CW. I don't get the CW on my Hulu. It
Let me
says
tell you
it's there.
something. Let me tell you something, bro. Sometimes these Xfinity races are 10 times better than the Cup Series.
Oh, I, it's
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 crazy. It's
insane.
crazy for me to say that. Like I've been watching Xfinity for like since I started watching NASCAR again. But like this year particularly, it's been so and it's better. It's only gonna get better because of the
Oh,
drivers next year.
exactly. Because what's his name? Connor Zilic, I believe.
And Travis Quapple's gonna be there on the same team, bro.
You mean Carson Kvapil?
Carson Quapple.
I was thinking when you said Travis Kvapil, I was like,
Carson
wait a second.
Quapple. Carson Quapple. Travis Quapple's son.
Hey, those are two names. Those are two
People
names
were
we
telling me
won't
like
ever
who it
forget.
people that don't watch like the Xfinities or like late models, so like who is that? I'm like, if you don't haven't watched late models, I suggest you to watch the late models like right now. He is the
Yeah,
late model freak.
It is insane. And the best part is that's the cool thing about what Junior and Harvick are doing with these late
Hmm.
models. They're staying kind of in the Northeast. They're staying in a general area.
Hmm.
Most of these guys that we grew up loving, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, they were in I it wasn't ARCA back then. It was like Bush North. They
Bush
were
North,
doing
yep.
these, literally bringing these cup stock cars to these small
Hmm.
tracks, entering them, and then dominating. And then here they are racing on Sunday through our childhood.
Hmm.
So we are watching the next generation of Cup drivers coming through. I mean, Connor
Exactly.
Zilisch wins his first ever Xfinity race,
Hmm.
first ever. It's insane to me. And then which,
He did the whole entire different of a normal American driver trying to race into NASCAR. He did the exact opposite. He went to Europe as a kid and started racing go-karts as a kid.
I
Like
see, I didn't know that.
I have to send you the download. There's a podcast he did with Dale, and he was
Mhm.
talking about it. He was doing the events that Charles Leclerc was doing when he was growing up in go-karting in Europe.
Yeah, and that comes down to like the USA has so many different feeder series to get
Yep.
into our top series. But if
Hmm.
you look at like Max Verstappen said it, you literally go to go-karting or you go to after go-karting, it's like you either go to Formula One or not Formula One, but the Formula feeder series,
Hmm.
and then you go to IMSA. That's about it.
You don't
There's
learn
nothing else.
outside. You don't learn other than just racing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Zillage learned that, but now he's learning stock hard at 18 years old. So wait until he actually figures it out. That kid's gonna be more. He's gonna be better than the road ringers that we have in Cup and Xfinity. He's gonna be 10 times better than them.
Oh, he ain't gonna be no road course ringer. He's gonna be a Jeff Gordon or Tony Stewart. Okay, that's what I'm looking at right there. Those guys, they were the I'm gonna say road ringers
Mhm.
because when I hear the term road ringer, I'm thinking Marcus Ambrose, Shane Van Gisbergen. They only show up during the road courses, but
Gotcha,
this
gotcha.
kid's got a lot more potential.
Well, SVG's gonna get better too. Like he's like, bro, like it didn't show point wise, but he finishes top 15 every single weekend. He didn't get the stage points because he's learning. Like he was saying, like I'm not gonna sit try to fight for a lap that even though I might get wrecked, he'd rather hang out on the back, learn where he's gotta go, and then continue to go.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
I like about him.
and the best part about it is it sucks that he went to the Xfinity right away, just because the Cup cars are so similar to the
Yeah.
supercars in Australia. They are identical, dang near. I mean, I really want to see Kyle Busch go out there and do a race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would love to see that. I'd love to see these guys come out there. Who was the other guy? Something Ward, I believe, or Ward something.
Pato Award?
No,
No.
I can't remember his name, but it was another one of those Australian supercar guys that came over.
Oh, Cam Waters.
Cam Waters. I don't know why I was thinking Ward.
There's him, and then you got Brody Katecki. Brody Kateki's good too.
Yeah, that's the one. He was racing for RCR
Yeah,
at.
RCR. Cam Waters
I,
was racing for RFK.
okay, okay, okay.
But
Sorry,
Cam
I.
Waters has been doing he was doing a lot of truck races with Thor.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
okay.
he's been doing that this season at least a couple of times. He was doing it with Thor.
Because I
So
noticed, I watched some of the truck races and I saw Connor Daly was doing quite a bit of them as well. I was
I don't
like,
know why he
wow.
doesn't try to do this full time. I would learn. You can learn. You can learn. Like
And it comes back around to we have all these good guys that can learn, but we
mm-hmm.
don't have the charters. We don't have the
Nope.
teams.
Yep.
Ah, that's the part.
Marco Andretti's doing it too. It's like everybody's coming here. Like everybody's coming to NASCAR. We're like the future is bright, bro. The
Oh
future is very
yeah,
bright for their sport.
I can confirm one thing, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. We're going to have to watch it next year. Um, Haley Deegan actually signed with some team in the Indy cars
Yes,
today.
in the second tier of IndyCar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't it like IndyCar NXT or
yeah.
something like that or next?
So she's gonna be racing with another girl that she's really good too, Jamie Chadwick. She's really good.
She is? Okay.
Yeah, she's really good. So we'll see how
Okay.
that goes. Let's talk about this freaking controversy about what happened on Saturday, bro. Because I'm like this. Even if like the thing is, I wanted SBG to get through, but I wasn't even mad he was eliminated. I was more mad at what happened to Parker Kligerman.
Oh
At the
my
end of the day, the
gosh.
alternative route would have taken Parker Kligerman getting into the next round. It's like, bro, we finally gonna see this man win a race. NASCAR goes like, no, we got a yellow.
What? He's
I'm
off the
like,
track.
yeah, like
Oh,
when I saw that, bro, and then they waited, and then they waited that long to put out the caution. It took 10 seconds for them to figure it out.
It,
Apparently, they had no control over the tower. I'm like, what you mean you have no control over the tower?
uh, that okay. So I was, watching NASCAR race. You know how the good old NASCAR
Yep.
boys do it. We,
Mm-hmm.
little. I was a little far gone. Not gonna lie to you. When I saw that, he was over the line. I saw the flag man have the yellow in his hand, in his offhand, but he was waving the white. But here's the thing: I'm gonna take this off my head. This is a headset. They could easily said yellow and he threw it out real quick. It was that quick. We didn't have to wait, but that is
Mm-hmm.
a NASCAR controversy. That
Yep.
is not the first time that's happened this year in any of the top 3 series. But at the end of the day, you should have just let that one fly. You should
Yep.
have let Parker Flickerman fly on that one. The guy
Mm-hmm.
would have won a race. I don't even think Parker Flickerman's ever won a race in any of the top 3 to
Only in
series.
trucks. Only in
Only in
trucks.
trucks? Okay. I didn't know he won anything in trucks, but that was probably a time I wasn't watching, of course. But I do like Parker Kligerman as I would say more of a interviewer point of view because
Mm-hmm.
he does a great job when he's
Yep.
talking about these cup races, standing out on the track or the Xfinity races. He does a great job, especially at Michigan when he was down in turn one and the cars
Yep.
were hitting 210.
I
But
thought I thought when doing the interview, I didn't even know he was a racer until he went to the Xfinity series. I'm like, huh? He's an interviewer though. And then I
yeah,
figured I had to go do my research because again, I wasn't watching like hardcore. I knew who he was on the TV side, and then I figured out that he's actually a road ringer. He's only good on
yeah.
road coursing.
I It just sucks to me because I want to see drama. But
Mm-hmm.
in that point, we had a basically a Chicago road course style wreck.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
we don't really see somebody go underneath a tire barrier like we do in Chicago. Not gonna lie,
Yep.
don't like that racetrack.
I don't either. They
It's
have plenty
different.
of road courses. You got plenty of road courses in the United States to get rid of that city, but whatever.
Yeah, the only way I would like to see that is if they did an F1 doubleheader in one of these streets in one of these
Yeah,
cities, like
exactly.
Las Vegas. That would be cool. Seeing a NASCAR F1 doubleheader one weekend. I'm getting off topic. Sorry,
You're
but
good. You're good.
he was underneath the tire barrier. He was
Yep.
well off the racing surface.
Yep.
All they had to do is, I think this should be something NASCAR should look into, and I'm going to hate myself for saying it because I know I'm going to absolutely hate it. Caution sections of the track like F1 for road courses.
Yep.
I think that would have delayed that. They would have known to go slow around that area because I can't remember, was it like turn 3 or 4, like right after the pits or something like that, and he was just off underneath the barrier. That that's insane to me. You could have let
Yeah,
Parker
that's
cross the line, let the first top 5 guys until they get after that first sharp turn off of the main stretch. That would have been the smartest thing to do.
hmm
But it created a little bit more action because as you saw, those Xfinity cars were literally 3 wide on the
yep.
restart. That shows how much difference the Cup cars and the Xfinity cars are. Cliff Daniels said it best. The Xfinity car is more nose down,
hmm
the behind is up. Now, the Cup cars are the complete opposite. And it shows. It
Did you see
shows.
SBG was making it four wide at one point? Dive bombed into that new curve.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I was the first one like, what are they doing with this new curve? But it wasn't that bad
it, I think to be honest, this is probably the best roval race we've had.
in
I
a
went
long
back and
time. hmm
yeah, I went back and watched a few of the ones from the beginning, and they
hmm
were okay. But this one, where they redid that whole, I forget, turn 11, that turn 11 dive bomb's what they call it, because Reddick did that weird
hmm
miraculous, hits his owner in the back, somehow comes back and saves himself. But I think that added a little bit more drama, and I think that's what excelled the next gen car here. I think the next gen car excels more on the flat open areas due to
hmm
the aerodynamics of the car. The Xfinity car, on the other hand, give them raw power. Give those guys raw power, and those
Yep.
guys are just going to dive bomb each other. They're not relying on aerodynamics.
Nope. Those
It is
Xfinity cars, brother. That's what I like. That's what I like about the Xfinity series, bro. Like you can see you're at real speed. Like you're using the full capacity of that car.
and that's another thing. a lot of people are complaining about the loudness of the next gen car. I okay, so that's real. It's real weird. I forget who the guy was, but somebody on YouTube was talking about it. Eric Estep, I think his name was.
Hmm.
He was saying people were complaining about the hearing of the car and how loud it was compared to the Xfinity car. I was at Daytona and they did that double header and they allowed us to watch the Xfinity race.
Hmm.
The Xfinity race hurt my ears worse than the Cup cars did.
Yeah.
When I was at Nashville, the Cup cars, yeah, they rang my ears a little bit, but Xfinity, they were so much louder. But Nashville sets in, I believe, like a valley, kind of like how Bristol is a little bit. It's got
Hmm.
like all factory buildings and hills and stuff like that. But that's, I don't see why the Xfinity car is so much better than the Cup car. Why are we
Yep.
failing at making the Cup car the
That's what I
way
would
it
say.
is?
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Like I think I tell a lot of people I like, and I even like the design of the Xfinity car. Just gives me that nostalgia car of tomorrow vibes a little bit.
Oh yeah, they did make a change, a rule change. I think it was last year or the year before. They did say something where they couldn't skew the body of the car
Hmm.
like they used to be able to. And that's when I saw that junior motorsports as a whole all around kind of just started dying off a little bit.
Yep.
Because Noah Gragson was dominating that one year, and then he goes to Cup Series. They make the rule changes. Ty
Brandon
Gibbs is now.
Jones. Brandon Jones. That man just went to the nine car. I haven't heard from him ever since. He's going
Yeah,
back to JGR.
yeah. I mean, that's the best thing for him. That's the best thing for him. I
I
feel
was
bad for.
so bad about that because he got technically booted out of that JGR ride and he got hosed off the final four because of his own teammate doing, stupid things.
Oh yeah, but at least he's getting that second chance.
Yep.
That's what I hope the best for.
I want to see
Um,
Ryan Truex get another chance, bro. Like I feel like he deserves it.
yes, there's so many people in the Cup Series that already had their chance.
Hmm.
Let's go ahead and bring some of the Xfinity guys up. Corey, love you. LaJoy, love you. Time to go back
Time
now.
to go. Yep. That would have been a perfect seat for Harrison Burton.
Oh yeah, that would have been a perfect seat because it's still a Ford manufacturer. So he's staying
He's still
with,
staying in Ford,
yeah, because I think he's going to what, A&M Racing for the
which is
15.
if I mean I thought he got booted out a while back. I would have tried to explore more opportunity. If you're going to stay within the Ford camp, you should have just talked to Gene Haas.
Uh,
The, like I
yeah,
don't get it. Like I would have preferred him over what's this guy's name, bro? Sheldon
Custer,
Creed.
Sheldon Creed,
He's going
yeah.
to he's going to he's going to Haas.
Yeah, you got, yeah, he's, what is he going in the 98 or taking over whoever's driving the
The
98?
the double zero. The
The
98
double,
is no more. It's gonna be
it's
0
no
and
more.
41.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, because that's another thing. Look at Richard Childress Racing. Austin Dillon, he's not going to do anything.
Nope.
Kyle Busch, let him run out his career, man. If
Yep.
I see anything, I want to see Kyle Busch go back to Hendrick, finish out, the rest of his years with Hendrick, at least if it's 1 or 2 years, it's 1 or 2. But at the end of the day, get Austin Dillon out of the three. Jesse Love needs to come up. I think he may need one, maybe two more
Damn. So you
years,
will have him over Hill?
then bring Hill up. I think get rid of the
Oh,
charter system, bring back the 31. If Collie got rid of the 31, of
they
course,
did. They're going back to the 10.
they're just going back to the 10 in the cup.
Yeah.
Okay, bring back the 31. You got the 3 and you got the 8. Right
Yep.
there, you keep Austin Dillon if you want to, but I think he'd do a better job in the up in the office.
4 minutes left.
Oh, hey, that's no biggie. We can
No, I
shoot the
was
crap.
I wanted that guy. I just saw the timer. Oops. But yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Like I don't like the charter system. I hate it. Like I personally hate it.
It's taking away too much. It literally is taking away too much opportunity from
This
other
new
drivers.
charter system also is not to have, if you're not a grandfather team like JGR or Hendrick, you can't have a 4 car team.
That
Remember when
if
RCR had a 4 car team?
I remember when they were flirting with 5 cars for a while. What they had Menard,
Yep.
they had Paul Menard.
Yep.
Well, I don't think they had Harvick at the time. I think they had was Menard.
They
I'm
had
drawing a blank.
Menard, Clint Boyer,
Oh yeah,
Jeff
Boyer.
Burton. Damn.
I can't remember the other one. There was another one.
Casey
Ow.
Mears. They had Casey
Oh,
Mears for a year.
oh yeah, they did have Casey Mears in the double seven. I yeah, I can't remember the thing. And okay, another actually funny topic point since we're getting close to the end here. Did you know the year that Kevin Harvick won his championship with Stewart Haas Racing, they were still a Chevy
Yep.
manufacturer using Hendrick motors and
Yep. I
Hendrick
remember that.
chassis.
I remember that. And they're
I
like,
re
you want to win a championship? Get out. We don't need your services. We're not giving you anything else anymore.
Yeah, because Stuart Haas exploded. It sucks to see
Yep.
what happened to him, but they took off so quick,
Yep.
so quick.
Yep.
But now it's going
Exactly.
back to Gene Haas.
I
Now are
still
they go?
think I just feel like Tony never had the money. I'm just gonna say it up front. I don't think he ever had the money. That's just me.
Yeah,
Gene is
yeah.
the one that has the money.
Oh yeah. Look at his F1 teams. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything crazy, but I mean, they're still making money if you got two cars in F1.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy amount of money. But I mean, it does suck at the end of the day. But all in all, I think this past weekend was amazing.
Yep. Exactly.
Amazing.
Are you ready to do this next week?
I'm actually all for it next week. This is
Yes,
actually
sir.
fun.
So we can do it since we don't have truck again until Homestead. We can do Xfinity, and then we're gonna do like the review, and then we can do the review of the cup race. But
Okay.
I have my top three to win this weekend in cup is gonna be Larson, Byron, or Bell. I think.
Larson, Byron, or Bell. I'm gonna say I don't want Byron anywhere near Larson whatsoever because the restarts, overtime finishes are not Larson's strong suit, and if
Yep.
Byron's anywhere near, Byron takes the win from Larson. So
Yep. It's gonna be like
I want to say Larson, Bell, wild card, Joey Logano. You got to
bro,
throw him,
you have to
especially
throw him.
there.
You're right. You're right
And
about that.
I'm
Yes.
gonna throw in a number 4 here, Kyle Busch, home
Did he
track.
2022 wasn't it that he won in 2022 in Las Vegas?
I'm
Joey
pretty, yeah,
Logano?
I actually am pretty sure
Yes.
he did
There
because
you
that
go.
was the race with Bubba Wallace and Larson getting into it.
Yep. Anyways, y'all, we're about to wrap it up here. Y'all already know. Matt, pleasure. We know
Hey,
we can
anytime, man.
anything we can do this every Monday if you want. Just let me know. Anyways, y'all, like, subscribe, do what y'all gotta do. Peace. Okay, got you right now.